Whenever someone in our family has a birthday, the rest of the family will post a message and send them a text that usually includes birthday wishes and pictures of the birthday boy or girl, no matter how old they are. This could be a picture from the past holidays or even pictures of people back when they had all their hair or their hair was its original color. But one of the things that I have noticed about myself is that whenever those pictures show up, the first person I look for in the photos is, frankly, me. I suspect that we probably all do that. Although the pictures weren't intended to celebrate us, they do give us pause to reflect and we see how we fit into the family and who we are. I don't think there is anything wrong with this, and it seems pretty natural that we would want to focus, for a moment anyway, on ourselves. When it comes to being a parent, we typically focus on the kids and on our spouse and their successes and accomplishments. For the most part, it gives us a certain degree of pride and we feel an accomplishment when we see that they are doing well. But what about you? Are you getting the credit for all the hard work that you put into every day? It's okay to look for your face in the family photo and feel good about who you are. Today, we will take a look at focusing on caring for yourself. Hi, I'm Ed Babcock, your parenting coach and the founder of the new program called 90 Days to Confident Parenting. Last week, I spoke with a hectic, frantic mom who said that she felt guilty whenever she sat down to enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning. She went on to say that even some of the basic things in her life, like getting a shower, exercise, and reading, were difficult because she felt like she needed to spend that time somewhere else. I discovered that many parents feel that way. They are always the last person to receive any support or self-care or personal accolades. I've discovered that many parents feel that way. They are always the last person to receive any support or self-care or any personal accolades. Whether it is because they feel that they are not deserving of these basic necessities or because their life is so out of control that they are unable to manage their schedule, I'm not sure. But overall, most parents are focused on meeting the needs of others rather than meeting their own needs. And they view meeting their own needs as somehow egotistical. In this two-part series, which includes 6 steps, we will look at 3 of the steps for effective self-care beginning today. Eleanor Brown, an American novelist and keynote speaker, says, "Self-care is not selfish. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. You cannot serve from an empty vessel." Have you found yourself struggling to keep up with your ambitions? Are you stretched thin by work or drained by your busy schedule and activities? In the rush of life, it can be easy to forget how important it is to take care of yourself and find yourself in the photo. If you have ever watched one of those Alaskan wildlife shows, you have most likely seen an episode about grizzly bears. The mother grizzly is responsible for her cubs and will usually leave them on the shore as she enters the salmon-filled stream to eat her lunch. The first time I saw this, I thought, she's being really selfish. But I learned that because she is responsible for the safety and well-being of her family, she wisely chooses where to expend her energy. She doesn't run herself ragged or dull feeding the cubs first. Instead, she takes care of herself first by eating her fill of salmon. Then, after throwing some fish on the shore for the cubs, she takes a rest, might even take a nap. This allows her to stay alert to any kind of danger, to renew her strength, and to meet the needs of her family. The first step toward caring for and replenishing yourself is recognizing the importance of self-care as a means to doing what is best for your family. At its best, self-care is infused with loving kindness and intention for the benefit of everyone around you. Today I will be sharing 3 steps to help you care for you. Step number 1, listen to yourself and make changes. We instinctively know what's best for us, but often we don't listen to the voice. We push on day after day, ignoring the telltale signs from our bodies and minds. Tiredness, pain, that nagging feeling in your gut that says, I'm just not okay. Please pay attention to the physical signs you get from your body and respect what they are telling you. I just started an exercise program this week. I have to say it's been kind of brutal. It is really, really hard to go from the lazy boy to the roadway. But I know this is going to be good for me. And it is also good for you. I'll bring you up to date next week and let you know how it's going. Emotional messages come through as well. Honor your feelings. If you are sad, there is a reason and you should not ignore it. If you don't like what you're doing in life, why are you doing it? Perhaps there's another way. If something feels wrong, don't continue to do it thinking it'll change on its own. Step number 2, prioritize. No one can do it all. Trying to juggle it all is just going to land you in a world of distress and disappointment and may even land you in the hospital. Take time to prioritize your day and be ready to let go of much of your list. Focus on what's most important to you and accept that you can't do everything yourself. Learn to say no. I am a person who does not vacation well. If I take a vacation and time off for a week, I am still plugged into the job through Thursday. I am getting better as I realize that when God created the universe, He rested on the 7th day. So maybe God knows something I have been ignoring. A month ago, my business coach asked me which 2 days I took off each week. I stammered and stuttered and finally admitted I didn't do that. To placate her, I tried it. The world did not end. All of my work for the week got done somehow. And it sure felt good afterwards. I think you get my point. Step number 3, ask for help. If you're feeling dissatisfied with the amount you are able to do on your own, then use your resources. Don't be afraid to ask others for help. Allowing another to help you not only takes some of the burden off you, it can also give them an opportunity to express their goodwill toward you and feel valued in the process. Several years ago, when my wife and I were still working, we had a dilemma. We were both putting in 50 to 60 hours a week, and we had a lawn that was covered with leaves. We love living in the woods, We don't love cleaning up the leaves. We tried in the beginning to keep up with it, but we would spend 2 hours on our day off raking leaves, only to have to do it all over again by the time we got home from work. We reached out to a lady who called herself the Lady Landscaper. Jackie was one of those let's get her done kind of people, and she jumped right in and took care of our leaf problem for several years until we retired. Jackie was getting it done for us, but she actually loved to do it. That's the kind of people we need to surround ourselves with. So let's review. Step number 1, listen to yourself and be willing to make changes depending on what your mind and your body tell you. Step number 2, prioritize. No one can do it all. And then step number 3, don't be afraid to ask for help. Next week, we will continue our journey. It's time to focus on you, part 2. Step number 4 will show us how to take care of your body. You've only got one. Step number 5, learn to speak up for yourself. And step number 6, be with those you love. I'm working on a new coaching program called 90 Days to Confident Parenting. You are going to find this information life-changing, and I will get back to you with the details. Now, take some time this week and focus on yourself. Focus on self-care and your personal development. Just a few days will be transformational for you. Why do I say that? Because I know you can do this.